Renatta Austin. Renatta, is it safe to assume that we're all going to be invited? You're going to pick us up in a beautiful Mercedes convertible, take us out to a mansion in the countryside where you can zip into downtown, and invite us to your office, which is so beautifully paneled and decorated, and that we're going to see you showing up for work every day with stilettos while you deal with young people. Is it all exactly like that, your day-to-day?
It is exactly like that. I'm kidding. So, hello everyone. It is a pleasure to be here. I'm Renatta Austin. I'm a family lawyer here in Toronto. And like Anne, our main protagonist in the film, a significant portion of my practice is dedicated to child protection and advocating on behalf of children and youth who are involved in the child welfare system. So it's a very interesting film, and I think that's the reason I was invited to watch from that perspective, because you have a character, Anne, who as you see, as a person who is on the surface almost seems like this sort of angelic person who has this beautiful life. She drives a convertible. She lives in a beautiful home. She's got a beautiful family. She has adopted children. And then there's this other thing that's happening that seems to be very contrary to who she is. So in terms of is this what it's like to actually, is this what life looks like for somebody who practices in this area? Absolutely not. There's nothing, certainly nobody that I know is going to work wearing stilettos and sort of, it's a very French film. It's, as Judy said when, at the beginning of the film, everyone's beautiful. It's very sort of pleasant to look at, very almost sort of romantic. As a child protection lawyer, it's a little bit hard for me to use the word relationship to describe what's occurring between an adult and somebody who's not an adult. And last summer, she presents as a woman who, quite frankly, is bored with her life and maybe is having some sort of sexual awakening, midlife sexual awakening, and crosses all sorts of boundaries with a young person. And then not only does that happen, which is bad enough, but she uses her position of authority to make it clear to him that in this society, I'm the person who has the power and nobody's going to believe you. So he eventually calls her on her bluff and he goes to see a lawyer, and that part is complete fiction because, again, I go back to the no consequences. The idea is that he's sort of shaking her down for some money. The actual reality that would happen here is that this is somebody, especially somebody who works with children, who is sexually abusing a child is what we would consider it. First of all, that lawyer, an adult finds out about this, they would have a duty to report it. They don't get to say, you know what, let's come up with an agreement, let's pass some money around and things will be fine. I think also from my perspective, again, being the person who often represents young children who are in these situations, it's not just I'm so in love with you and I'm heartbroken and now I'm drinking and I show up at your house. There's often really significant consequences, mental health issues, all sorts of other things that tend to come for children who are sexually abused.